Speak up, speak up.
I want a dog because I want responsibility.
You want the responsibility? Is that what you said? What? Oh, you don't, you want one because you want the responsibility, or you don't? You're not sure?
I want a dog,
But not the responsibility.
no, I'll do the responsibility as part of having a dog. But I don't know why I want a dog.
You don't know why you want one? Oh. Why do you want one? You want the responsibility? You said no? You know, it's a lot of responsibility. And you can't keep him in the house.
You can put it in your room, can't you?
No.
That's having an emotional dog. That's not having a dog.
Right.
That's like,
Emotional dog are for beta people. You're not a beta, right? And you're not a beta, right? Are you an alpha female? Tough. Are you tough? Good morning. Welcome to Fellowship. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Thank you all so much for being with me. You can get involved by going to our YouTube chat line, and Hate will pass on your questions and comments on to me. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. How's everybody? Amazing. Nice. Any questions? Nice.
So I got a question that I came up with when I was trying to do the silent prayer, and something came over me, and I realized that I need to be more grateful. Do you think we should be grateful?
No.
Okay.
Grateful for what?
Well, you know, there's a lot of people in the world that have it a lot more challenging than I do, to say the least, and I feel blessed at times. So grateful for blessings.
Repeat that.
If you look around, you'll see, especially in a city like this, that not everybody lives the same way. Not everybody is as fortunate or blessed. And so sometimes you just feel like maybe you should be grateful.
Meaning that you walk around town sometimes, you see a homeless person, and you like, thank God I have a house?
There's part of that.
Do you mean that?
Yeah, some of that, but also I see a lot of people who are lost,
Who are lost?
very lost.
Oh, I see.
Not that I'm not, I
Right.
don't claim to be, but at least I'm looking in the right direction.
And so you see lost people, and you thank God that you are looking in the right direction.
It's probably a myriad of reasons.
Can you give me a real solid reason you should be grateful when you see other people's condition? Or give me an example, a real example.
We'll just go for the obvious then. We'll just use the homeless person, the person who's somehow ended up on the street with, in a lot of cases, they're in a very bad health, and their mental state is almost, like, I don't see a way back for some of these people.
And so you see that and you think, thank God I'm not mental?
Yeah.
You do?
Thank God I'm not living like that, and maybe I should be grateful, because am I in a more fortunate position because I'm so smart, or am I blessed? That's why I'm wondering, like, shouldn't I be grateful?
But that's not the way to be grateful. You shouldn't look at someone else with one leg and thank God you have two.
Right.
Or you should look at a homeless people and thank God you have a house. Because most people are in that condition because they want to be in there. It's harder to find. I challenge you to find one person that is homeless who does not want to be homeless.
Okay, so this is what I meant by I think there's more than one reason, but at times I feel like I'm not comparing myself to people who have more money or people who have. There's a lot of things that I could list that I should be grateful for rather than the other way around, because a lot of people around me are complaining, and yet I think we live probably in the 1% of the world, we have a higher standard of living than most people.
Right.
And it seems like if they changed their attitude, if gratefulness was on their mind, I think they'd be in a better state than what they're in. I think.
But they don't want to. That's why they're in the state.
Well, I want to, so.
Right, but don't be grateful when you see that, though.
Right.
Because you don't realize yet, we are in hell. And so this is what people do in hell.
Right.
And so this is the kingdom of hell. You're in the kingdom of hell, and this is what people do. So don't be grateful. Don't compare yourself to that at all.
Okay.
Because everybody is getting what they deserve. Everybody.
I'm also comparing myself to myself. Like, there's really no reason why. There's been plenty of times that much worse circumstances could have come out of it, and it didn't for some reason.
Out of your situation?
Yeah, there's things that could have went a different route, and I look at it like there's no real reason why it didn't get worse. It just didn't.
Right, because God is with you. He already know you, so he knew 20 years later you're going to show up at Bond.
Right.
He knew it, so he was already looking out for you.
And that's why sometimes when I pray, I feel compelled to be grateful to God when I'm praying.
Well, you should be grateful to God.
That's what I meant from the beginning.
Oh, I thought you meant comparing yourself to the world around you.
I was having a hard time explaining it, but
Okay.
when I pray to God, there are times, because before, as a new Christian, I think I prayed for things, like I was
Right.
praying to a genie or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I
now
know what
when
you
I
mean.
pray, I want to just be like, thank you to God.
Right on. That's the only person you should be grateful to. Now, you appreciate people when they help you, you're thankful.
Right.
But you should be grateful that you can see and see where he's brought you from.
There's definitely that.
Right on. But other than that, don't look at the world around you
Yeah.
and thank God that you this or that.
No, for sure. I completely agree with that.
Right. Nice. Amazing. Yes, sir.
So this week I've been reading a little bit more of the scriptures, Bible thumper, and I notice certain things are happening almost behind the scenes with certain events. That's why it's really easy to read something and you only see a surface level of it and you think you got it. That's why you shouldn't think you got it, but just allow God to reveal it to you. So I really like when you say that. But I noticed that right after the fall of man, God asked Adam, "Where are you?" And he also asked him, "Who told you that?" And what I noticed in my own life is when I fall, he asked me the same two questions. He asked me, "Where am I?" and "Who told me that?" And what I find out is that it's the enemy, the devil, that's talking to me in my head, telling me how to do stuff and telling me all the wrong things that are getting me to fellowship with him. And so it seems like the same thing that's happening in the garden is happening to each one of us.
Amazing. Nice. Amazing. Anybody else? Okay. What I want you to know, you're either on that's amazing, man. Really, stay with it, stay with it. You're either on the side of good or evil. There's no in between. You can't be good with one thing and evil with the next thing, or evil with one thing. You're completely with evil or you're completely with good. Do you understand that? And what I've noticed is that I talk to a lot of people now, and of all status, politicians, entertainers, all kind of people, you're either on the side good or evil. And what I noticed is that all people is afraid to live. I don't know one person who is not afraid to live. And that's so sad that it's not even funny. You don't have to. You must continue to work on yourself, because I know you all are working on yourself, right? And you will get to the point where you will live and will not be afraid to live. And so I was thinking, reflecting, and I have to write down some of this stuff because over the weekend, so much stuff been coming to my mind, especially when I talk to people. But anyway, you're not created to be afraid to live. And you're not created to be afraid to live freely. But you don't know what that is because you're so accustomed to living a non-free life. You're not yourself. And so what I want to try to do this day, one thing at least in this meeting today, I want to destroy words. If you don't destroy words, you're going to always be in fear. You're going to always be confused. You will never live your life. Children of God should not be afraid of words. Really. And every one of you and everyone out there are afraid of words. You're afraid of what people are going to say about you, think about you, look at you, whatever. Even in your own head, you are afraid of words. If you were not afraid of words in your head, Satan can come to you and lie to you and make you do something stupid. Make you whatever, right? You're still controlled by words. And this weekend, or this past week, on my radio show, there was a woman. Now, I don't know if these people are doing this just to be on the internet. It's hard to know now when people are serious about something. But this woman was out playing with her children, allegedly. And when she was out, something happened at the park. And I guess they were black kids, and her kid was white, apparently.
No,
And
that's an online video. That's not her.
What?
That's a popular video.
Is it real?
Yeah.
Oh, it's real.
I don't think it's her though. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What do you mean you don't think it's her? That's why I said I don't know if the video, but I still can use it to make a point.
Yeah, I know the exact video you're talking about, but I doubt that that's the lady that called in.
You
It's
date
like,
her?
No, I didn't do her, no, but I don't think.
All right. Okay. But she used some little black kids, according to the video, were doing something to her little white kid. And she used the N-word, the Nicaragua word. I didn't say the word, I said Nicaragua, a country. And she used that word, and as a result, other people got upset. And it was interesting to see and hear some of the responses to the Nicaragua word. Anybody here afraid of that word? One honest person. Nobody else is afraid of that word. So none of you ladies are afraid. Two honest people. Nobody else is afraid. Okay, go to the market and use that word today. You're not afraid of that word?
I grew up in South
What's the
Louisiana.
thing?
I grew up in South Louisiana with a lot of black friends and white. We would say it to each other, playing
Oh.
around,
So
laughing.
you still call black people Nicaragua?
Not now.
And
Now
why
I don't
not?
have any black friends.
And why not?
The ones I knew were all too liberal.
And so are you afraid to use that word?
Me and my family say it to each other joking.
About the
I have
blacks?
black family members.
You
Yeah.
said, look at that Nicaragua over there.
No, not like that.
Oh. How do you say it? Oh, that's a nice Nicaragua.
No, like answering the phone like, hey,
Oh. So when your mama call you up, you like, hey, Nicaragua.
yeah.
Oh, amazing. And so you are afraid to use that word in public anyway, right?
Yeah, I don't want to get beat up.
Okay, so you're afraid of it because you may get beat up.
Yeah, I don't know how to fight. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That word doesn't mean a thing. It's just a word. That's all really it is. It's just a word that somebody made up to create a bunch of civil rights people or entitlement people or something, to build a follower of people that will follow them so they can make money and get so-called power. That's all that word is for. But they want you to be afraid of it because you can only control a person if they're afraid. You cannot control a man or a woman who does not have fear. And God said we have to overcome words. We're not His children. Sons and daughters are not supposed to be subject to words. It's insane. And then when you really, really think about it, it doesn't make sense. Even when you're married and your wife because women are attacking men now. Your wife call you no good, lazy, whatever kind of person, right? You're not supposed to be affected by those words. Let them come out of her mouth. Let her say what she wants to say. But that's not who you are. That's not true to you. It's just a word. Or with the ladies, if your husband call you a slut, you slut. You just say, oh, okay, I'm a slut. It's just a word. But what happens, you get mad, and now you feel like a slut. And now you're going to walk around the house and spend the rest of your time trying to prove to him that you're not a slut. And you're going to become a slut. Because you become that which you hate. You're not supposed, that word, the niggerara word, wasn't even around when I was growing up in Alabama. I only heard it when I went to the city, Indiana or California. I didn't hear that word. And I was around white people all the time. If they said it, they must say it at home. I didn't hear it around white people. But it's been made up to create the DEI group of people, the people who rely on the government. Because they can get you to believe them, you become a victim, then they raise taxes and they raise money, and they say it's for you, but it's not for you. They end up with the money. And all you do is walk around in fear and mad and be in control. So I want to ask this. And remember, you're either on the side of good or evil. And anyone, I don't care who it is, that have anger, you're hateful, and you're on the side of evil. Whether you say you are not, you're still on the side of evil. Because no one can be on the side of good and have anger. Anger is evil, and anger separates you from God. And it doesn't matter how many Bibles you read or what, you are separated from God. It doesn't matter how many churches you go to or the Pope funeral or whatever, you're still separated from God. And inwardly, you know it, even though you won't admit it to yourself. You sneak around. What angry people do, they sneak around and they gossip about people and they talk about people and they judge people and they play games. But the game is being played on them. But when you see them, they seem so nice. Oh, that's such a nice person. They're put on the front. It's not real. You're either on the side of good or you're on the side of evil. All the way. You cannot serve two. And anyone that has anger do not love anyone and cannot be trusted. Never. This is why I want to encourage you to see the anger in yourself, because until you could admit that you're evil, you're never going to be free of evil, and the world, you're going to see the world in a dark way and not the light. You can't see the light when you're dark. You have to want to overcome darkness to see the light. And you're not going to see the light until you admit you're evil. And every human being you know is evil. And there are those who work, like you guys are doing here, you're working on yourself. You're starting to overcome it, but you cannot overcome it until you admit that you're evil. And an evil person cannot be trusted. And you're going to work with evil people, you're going to hang around them, but you're going to see it differently without judging what you see. You just see it. All right? So here's my question. And it's up to you to be honest. I recommend you do, at least for the meeting's sake. Have anyone in this room ever betrayed anyone? For the camera, everybody. And the one that's not raising their hand lying. I'm saying. So let me see the people who have not betrayed anyone. Ever betrayed anyone in your whole life? Oh, nice. Okay, so everybody. Before I get to part 2 of this question, let me hear why you betrayed someone. When you did it, why did you do it? Anybody? Love. Okay, let me see the hands. Who said love? Who? Oh, you said love? You betrayed someone out of love? Yeah. Explain that.
Well, it's hard to explain, but
I thought so. Oh, I betrayed you because I love you. What the?
no, I betrayed a friend
And why?
because of love.
Because of what?
Love.
You betrayed a friend because you loved your friend?
No, because it's complicated, but I don't want to get into it.
Oh, okay. All right. Did I see some more hands over here? You have betrayed someone, right?
Yes.
And why?
Because I found out they were going to betray me.
So you found out they were going to betray you, so you would have betrayed
And I
them
went
first?
ahead. Yeah, and I went ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
That is
So you could say
funny.
it was for money because I would stand to lose a lot of money in
And
the
so
process.
you would have betrayed them.
Yes.
And how did you feel about that?
In the beginning, I felt good about it because I'm like, that's what he gets. But then after, I felt like crap because I saw his lifestyle or his way of life just declined rapidly after that. So at the beginning, I was like, I got him. But then after, it was a crappy feeling. Very crappy feeling. To the point where I was like, man, I wish he would have just betrayed me because I would have been able to get back on my feet. And
Amazing. And did you tell him you betrayed him?
yeah, I told him we squashed it out maybe like 5 years after it happened.
And you told him I betrayed you?
Yeah.
And what did he say?
He said, I know.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, he told me he knew, and he said, you know what? He's like, I was gonna do the same to you, and then, but I think for the longest it was like eating me alive. Every time they would bring up this person,
Right.
And then until like we actually talked it out, he's like, yeah, like it happened, bro. Like, it is what it is. Like, what are we gonna do about it now? He's
Okay.
like, the only thing I learned is not to do business with you. I was like, and
Right
so
on.
it was just until that it was pretty messed up.
Nice. Right in front of you. You said you betrayed someone before?
Yeah.
And you did. I did see your hand, right?
Yeah.
And why did you do it? Why did you
don't know.
betray?
I don't know. I don't remember the details.
You don't know why you did it? You just remember you did it?
Yeah, I just remember a while ago. This was a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lady right next to you. I saw your hand, right? Mm-hmm. Have you said you betrayed someone before?
Yes.
And why did you do it?
I mean, again, it was a very long time ago, so I was young. At the time, I remember it was for the person's sake.
It was what?
It was supposedly to help that person.
Oh, okay.
But yes, I did.
And you did like this?
Yeah, because like,
Yeah.
that's what I
understand.
thought
That's
at the
an
time.
excuse you made.
That was my excuse I made at
Yeah.
the time. Yeah.
And have you betrayed anyone since you've been an adult?
Since I've overcome as an adult or before?
No, since you've been did you betray someone when you were young? Because you said it was
Like a
long
teenager.
time.
Teenager.
How about as an adult?
Since I've overcome, no. Before that, probably, yeah.
You did?
Yeah, because I viewed it differently to now.
How did you view it then?
I mean, before I didn't understand about like the evil and why I would do certain things. You know, like whereas now I understand ultimately it just kind of comes back to me and my thought process. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So yes, but not since I've overcome. I don't think.
I'm sorry?
Not since I've overcome. I'd have to think about it a
You
little
said
bit.
not since Christmas?
Not since I've overcome.
Oh, since you overcome. I'm like, Christmas was just here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, wait, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, right here in the blue. Did I see your hand?
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh.
You
no,
do? Is that a black sweater or blue?
it's
Oh,
black.
my bad.
I didn't raise my hand.
Oh, I didn't.
No.
I mean, you didn't. Oh, okay, so you never betrayed anyone.
Oh, no, I'm sure I have. I was trying to think of something off the top of my head, but I can't think of anything, but I'm sure I have.
Oh, okay.
At some point.
When you think of something, raise your hand.
Okay.
The young lady on the end, and then I come here.
I would say the same. I was just trying to think of what I've done, but
Are you saying yes, you have betrayed?
yes.
Okay.
But I remember thinking my mindset was that every day I'm betraying as a sinner. So that was my mindset.
Every day you betray someone,
That was my mindset before overcoming.
meaning what?
Meaning that if I sinned or if I didn't listen or I was unconscious and I made a wrong decision, that was me betraying my family or betraying God.
Oh, okay. Amazing. Yes, sir.
I realize every time I betray
So you
someone,
have betrayed
Yeah.
someone. Okay.
it's because I was being told that they were doing me wrong, and then in my head, and then when I consult with others, they'll be like, "Yeah, they are doing you wrong," and then I'll betray them.
Amazing. And how did you feel at the time when you were doing that?
It was justified.
You felt
Yeah,
justified?
that it was the right thing to do.
Really? Amazing, huh? Okay. Let me go here. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I had to think about
Derek,
it.
don't move like you're black, man. He walk around like he Leroy or somebody. Walk a little faster, man. What's wrong with the blacks? Yes.
Yeah, when you asked the question, I couldn't think of anything at first, but then I thought about it a little
So
bit.
you have betrayed someone before.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And why did you do it?
Just like lust and the devil in my head.
And how did you feel about betraying someone?
At the time, I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. You know, I thought I was just, this is the way it is, you know. And
So at the time you're like, wow, I'm betraying this person. This is just the way it is.
yeah, you know, it's to be more specific, you know, alpha male kind of, I'm supposed to have multiple women and all that. But
Oh,
yeah, it was.
so you were a slut maker
Yeah, apparently I was.
and you're betraying the other women?
Yeah, the other one woman that I was with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was, you know, I figured you're supposed to have multiple women as an alpha male or whatever, but
That's the only way you have betrayed someone?
probably not. There's probably other ways, but that's the most like obvious way I could remember.
Oh, okay.
Probably betray myself if you want to get really deep with it. When I'm afraid or listen to thoughts, I'm probably betraying myself every time I do that.
Okay.
If you wanna look at it
Amazing.
like that, yeah.
All right. Any more betrayers here? Right here, right next to you. Have you ever, you raise your hand that you have betrayed people before, right?
Yeah, I'm sure I have.
And why did you do it?
If I look back, I think I've betrayed people because I was chasing worldly things. And so I was so blinded by chasing women or money that I don't even see when I'm cutting somebody off or undercutting somebody in my life because I'm just blinded by desire. And it's like...
Can you think of an incident right now in your mind, even if you don't want to share it, you don't have to, of someone you betrayed and you knew it was wrong?
I don't know if I knew it was wrong. I think I was always doing what was best for me.
And you thought it was right?
It felt like I was, you know...
So you thought betraying someone was right?
Not right, just right for me. Like my
you
ego...
thought this is right for me?
Yeah, yeah. Like when you're in traffic and you're trying to get over to the next lane to turn, all I can see is I want to be over there. Maybe I don't see that I'm cutting somebody
But how
off.
about somebody in real life? Everybody used the traffic thing. How about... Everybody use that traffic. That's so easy, huh?
That's when the ego comes out, for sure.
Oh, I get angry in traffic. But I'm not going to tell you I cuss my wife out. But, but you felt like it was right at the time, whatever it was.
It was right for me. I wasn't thinking about right in the broader sense.
Like you weren't thinking about God.
Exactly.
Well, when you're portraying someone, you're not thinking about
Exactly.
God.
Right.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. How do you feel about betrayal?
I'm against it.
Oh, okay. I'll come back to you on that.
Okay.
All right. Right here and then over here in this session. Did I see your hand? You have betrayed someone, and why did you do it?
It's honestly like it's embarrassing to even say. I've never like admitted it to anybody, but I did it to my own brother. He was involved in a certain type of business, and when I was like 2 years ago, I took things from him, and he found out, and he rightfully so gave me like repercussions for that, and it's just embarrassing. I've never ever told anybody like besides my own family. So I betrayed him, and it ruined our relationship completely.
Yeah.
And like still to this day, like we're not all the way where we should be.
Right.
And it hurts because I did it out of my own selfishness, and like just being stupid, not thinking, and yeah. And there's no excuse for being young, this and that, and I was young. There's no excuse. Like
right.
we're like that's for the birds. We're tired of hearing that. You know what I mean? Like whatever I did it, and I went up to it and I confessed to it. And I just want to know like what can I do to I don't know, atone or like.
I understand, man. One honest person in the room, in the whole room, and that's that. But I'll tell you in a minute. That's why I'm dealing with this word. I'll tell you in a minute. All right? Jesse, your hand? No? Okay. Let's go over this session. Jesse, your hand? Have you ever betrayed anyone?
Yes, I did.
And why did you do it?
I did it, so the circumstances, well, first of all, I betrayed my father. It's the biggest betrayal that I did was to betray my father.
You mean like your earthly father, right?
My earthly father,
Okay.
yeah, the one that brought me here. And it was because my mother and my father argued a lot about child support, and so my mother just didn't believe that, his finances were where they were. So she asked me to go and make photocopies of all the documents that he had and stuff like
Whoa.
that. I was about 8 years old at the time. And the reason why I did it, even though I knew it was wrong, is because I felt bad for my mom. I looked at my mom as like a victim, like
Yeah.
this poor woman, she needs help. And so she was the one asking me to do this. My father would never have asked me to do that.
Yeah.
And I did it. And definitely felt the pain of once I became aware of what I was actually doing and I was conscious of it, and my father found out, and I saw the pain that it caused in him, and it just devastated me, and it broke our relationship. We did repair it years later, but it definitely was painful to go through.
That's amazing that your mother would have her child do something like that. Huh?
Yes, yes.
And you have to live with the guilt of it.
Yeah, which I did forgive my mother, so I did deal
right.
with that.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm very honest with her about the way she thinks and the way she how she is. And
Right.
so, and she's, over the years, she's come to those like she's also recognized she was wrong for doing those things. So I'm glad that she also came to that awareness as well.
Right on. Amazing. Any other betrayers? Okay. Why did you betray someone?
To get revenge.
To get revenge? Explain.
Just when I thought in my thoughts, I'm thinking that this person is like trying to do me wrong or out to get me or just doing something wrong against me. So then I turn around and it's like tit for tat. Like I turn around and, oh, okay, you think you're getting over on me, I'm gonna get over on you.
Amazing. And how did you feel about portraying that
Great.
person? You felt good
I
about
felt
it?
like I was really doing something.
So you felt right about it?
Yes, I felt right
Did you
about
ever feel bad about it at all when you thought about it or no?
In the time, no.
No, okay.
No, not at all.
Amazing. Okay. The young man, the betrayer next to you. You have betrayed someone.
Oh, yeah.
And why did you do it?
I was extremely selfish. I just wanted it for me.
Say what now?
He was a good friend of mine, and I liked his girlfriend. And she was not honest with him, and neither was I.
Speak up.
She was dishonest with him, and so was I. And we hid it from him.
Oh, so you betrayed him by sleeping with his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Is that how you betrayed him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He
And how did you feel about it?
I think I just buried it because I was so selfish. I kind of lost the friendship for a while. We're actually still friends now. This was 25 years ago, maybe more.
Yeah.
But I didn't really care, if I'm being honest.
So at the time, you didn't feel bad about it at all?
I wanted her.
You wanted her?
But
and the friendship wasn't that important?
It was, but I was short-sighted.
Yeah. Amazing.
But I learned from that. I mean, we're still friends, but you can tell he still remembers that like it was yesterday.
Yeah, people don't forget that.
Not that one.
Yeah, no one does. Yeah. Really. They'll pretend they have forgotten, but they haven't.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Yes, ma'am. You look like you betrayed. All sitting there like she looks so sweet and nice. The bigger betrayer, no, I'm playing. I'm joking. Go ahead.
I'm not
so
sure.
So you have betrayed?
Yes, yes.
And why did you do it?
I did it. I knew I shouldn't have done it. So my mom told me something that happened to my dad, and she told me not to tell anyone.
Yeah.
And I just kept replaying like that I couldn't keep it to myself. So I called my brother, and I told him what happened to my dad, and I told him not to tell anyone. He told everybody.
Yeah.
And
well, man, huh?
And I felt really bad for my dad because I realized my mom was in the wrong for telling me, but I was also wrong for telling my brother because it was up to my dad to decide if he wanted to share that. And so I felt really bad because I didn't want my dad to think bad about me. He doesn't, but I just felt bad.
And how did you deal with it? Did you tell him, your father?
No, I just ignored it.
So you have never admitted that to him?
Mm-mm.
And why not? Now that you know better, you're working on yourself, why haven't you admitted that to him?
I think I'm embarrassed.
I'm sorry?
I'm embarrassed.
Oh, about what? But you were a kid, you were younger. And
No, this
and
happened
your mother,
like
what?
This happened a few months ago.
A few months ago?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Oh, you are the big betrayer. That's amazing. And knowing what you know now, why haven't you gone to him? You know what? I did this. My mother convinced me, but I'm wrong. I did it. Why have you gone to your father and told him so you can overcome it?
I haven't thought about it.
So you did it and just didn't think about it anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Really? And why not? Now that you are working on yourself, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
So why haven't you gone to him now?
It hasn't crossed my mind at all to go to my father. I just try to forget it.
You know that you're never going to be able to help your mother overcome, right? Because your mother see you as she sees herself, as a daughter that does wrong and don't care. Because you're not like a little kid. And you're working on yourself. Does it matter that you can never tell your mother she's wrong now?
I think that's an easier conversation to have than to have it with my dad. Like, I think I could tell my mom that she's wrong.
Well, your mother's not going to listen because you working for her to rob her at the bank. A bank robber going to tell the bank robber you're wrong.
Yeah.
Why don't you go to your father?
I think I want to, now that I have this conversation. I do want to go to my father and apologize.
Why don't you just face the fear and do it because you want to overcome fear anyway? This is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Right here. Have you ever betrayed it? I saw your hand. Did I see your hand?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
I have.
Have you ever betrayed anyone?
Yes, I have.
And why did you do it?
Mine was also revenge because a man cheated on me, and I called his business partner and said, here's what he's doing behind your back, and I felt really powerful. And it was
Whoa.
short-lived.
Meaning what?
Meaning it didn't work out in my favor. It
Yeah.
didn't do anything for me or anyone in the situation. And I was like, man, I just made a mess for nothing.
Yeah. That's amazing, huh? But when you were calling his business partner to tell him that, you were thinking that it's going to work out for the good? Were you, or you just going to hurt and destroy him?
Both. Like
Both.
maybe it might benefit me. Maybe that guy will ally with me and I can, we worked together.
You work together?
Yeah.
Amazing.
So I was like, oh, me and him will make money and forget the boyfriend, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't, but
It makes sense what you're saying, the way that
Yeah,
happened,
yeah.
but it doesn't make sense to do it.
Right.
But I understand. What a mess, huh?
not proud of that.
Anyone hear this? Over here, and then I think Raymond. Raymond, wake up, Raymond. Give Raymond some Punch's coffee. Yeah, I saw your hand, right?
Yeah.
Have you betrayed someone before?
Yes.
And why?
Because of my ego.
Meaning what? Before you realized it was ego, what was your reason?
My reason is I was trying to protect what I thought was my I don't know, like self-image or my reputation. And so I betrayed a friend.
And how did you feel about it?
I think at the time I didn't feel great about it. I went ahead and did it, and I didn't feel good about it. I was trying to justify it in my mind, but when it all came down to it, it felt awful. I felt awful about it. I should have had a conversation with this person first, and just really, like, I guess, be truthful with her, and I really wasn't truthful with her.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah.
I want to ask this, then I want to move on with this. What do you think about the fact that human beings, well, before you start working on yourself, what did you think about the fact that human beings treat each other in such an evil way? What do you think about that? What did you think then about it? I know now you see it a little clearer.
Yeah, I see it clearer
We're
now.
like created in the image of God, but yet we treat each other horribly. What do you think about that? We treat each other worse than animals treat each other. And I know anyone that has anger is in an animal nature, so that's why we do it. But why do you think human beings what do you think the fact that human beings treat each other the way they do?
Besides the fact that we all have grown up watching people mistreat each other,
Yeah.
and identifying with that, I think that there's something in our thinking where we start to believe we can get away with it. Like we could just get away with it and there's nothing to look back on. There's nothing to reflect on. there's no consequences to our actions. So I think that the majority of people think, well, I'm going to get away with this and no one's going to find out. But
Amazing.
But you know deep inside, like, you know you've done wrong.
Yeah.
Like something is really buried in there, but it tells you. And it may take, sometimes it takes a year, sometimes it takes 10 years. But, and I'm just speaking on my behalf.
Right.
It definitely affected me. I didn't do that to a friend again. I learned a lot. And then somebody betrayed me after, and I was like, hey, you know what?
One thing
Hey,
about
this is
life,
how it is.
one thing about life, and you can bank on this one. What you're doing to others, you're doing it to you. You think you're doing it to someone else, but you're really doing it to you. Even while you're doing it to others, you're burning. It's already coming back on you. Ain't no way around it. Isn't that like amazing? There's no way around it. You're really doing it to yourself. Good point.
And I do have a question. Can we betray somebody just with our thoughts, without carrying out?
100%.
Okay.
It starts with the thought.
Right.
So yes, someone could be looking at you right now, smiling in your face, and you look back and smile back, and you think, oh, that's such a nice person, and they're already betraying you. Really. And then as soon as the meeting over, it's a big conversation about you.
And
so yes.
Okay, so when you know you're betraying somebody with your thoughts, is there anything that you can, is there something that should be followed up with it? Like,
Yes.
do you admit to that person, I'm betraying you with?
Good question, but hold that thought. I'm going to get to both of you guys' questions to that in a minute. I have one more aspect to this question. All right? I'll come back to you. Raymond, did I see your hair before you went to sleep?
Yes.
Did you know you were like really snoring right now?
I do my best not to stay to sleep out. Since I come a long way, it's very difficult for me to keep.
That's right. What a betrayal. No. Have you betrayed anyone?
Yes.
And why did you do it?
They betrayed me.
There you go. Another honest person. And how did it feel betraying them?
It felt like I've been doing the right thing because I never get credit for doing the right thing.
So you're like, I'm betraying because you betrayed me, and this is the right thing to do.
More or less, yes.
Nice. Okay, you go back to sleep. Have you ever betrayed anyone? I know you have. And why did you do it? You said yes, right?
Yes.
And why did you do it?
To make promises, to not shatter this, like, whoever was asking me to make a promise to, I would say, okay, yeah, like, I'll make a promise that I wouldn't do whatever. Let's say if it's like smoke pot. Oh, I promise, Grandma, I won't smoke pot. And then I'd go and do it behind her back. But then, like, anytime I make a promise with anyone for peace.
Have you ever betrayed, like, a good friend or your husband? Your husband would tell you something, and he's like, don't tell the family or anyone, and you go do it. That might not be happening, but a family member or someone, have you ever done that?
Okay, one more time, repeat that.
They trusted you for something, but you betrayed them.
Yes.
And why did you do that?
Well, because I believed what they were putting on me, like, oh, I'm their peace. So, like, I didn't want to shatter their peace. So it was just like this, like a fraud game. I just wanted to keep up the lie for them. So that's why I just would betray them, and like if they would tell me don't say anything.
How do you feel about betraying people?
You know, honestly, immediately in the moment, it makes me feel so horrible.
Right then?
Yeah, and then so I have to then like coat that with the lie. To like, oh no, see, Vanessa, you're just, you know, you know, I'm telling myself that. So it's just like swinging from one vine to the next.
Amazing. And the young lady right here want to respond. You have betrayed someone before? Yes. Is this your first time here?
Yes, it's my first time here.
Oh, welcome. What's your
Thank you.
first name?
It's Graciela.
Gracie?
Yes.
On Monday, every Monday, is Mercy and Grace. Have you heard the Joy of Friday show?
No, I
He
haven't.
black. You know who he is?
No.
Look behind. No, that one on it.
That one over there.
Every Monday he does Grace and Mercy. All right, so you're in there.
What time is
Well,
that?
11 a.m.
Oh, okay. I
So-
can be here. Yeah.
No, not
Or
you.
there.
Being, I mean, your name is in it.
Oh,
Mercy
thank
and
you.
Grace.
Graciela,
Yeah.
yes, Grace.
Why did you betray?
Can I be really honest?
No, lie to me.
Because you're probably not going to believe me. I have not physically betrayed a human being. I believe I betrayed God when I made a promise to get baptized and live accordingly. I feel like I betray Him every time. I don't read my Bible. I don't pray, and just with my thoughts, you
Okay.
know. Yeah, there are times where people do things to me that do anger me, and then I feel like I'm sinning by thinking, wow, like how can you do that to me, you know? And then I get angry, and then I feel like I'm betraying God. Like how you said, the words are just they lead us into actions, and so that's something that I fight against, and it builds anger in me, and it builds frustration. And I'm really dealing with a lot right now as far as that goes.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Have you gone and forgiven your mother?
No.
Have you heard me say forgive your mother?
No.
How did you find us?
Through my son.
Oh, that's your son?
Yes.
Did you know he was a big betrayer?
Yes.
You knew you had a betrayer son?
Yes.
Right on.
He's very honest with me.
Nice.
Yes.
And so why have you, I know I have another part to this, so I'm going to move a little faster. Why haven't you forgiven your mother? You heard me say that. Why have you done it?
Why I haven't done it?
Yes.
I'm still trying to work through that anger because I feel she did betray me.
Right.
And it hurts a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
And so why have you gone and forgiven her for that?
I'm trying. I really am.
You trying what?
I'm trying to forgive her by coming around her, by spending time with her, by helping her. But I still feel that anger inside of me that doesn't allow me to forgive
Did your
her.
son tell you how to forgive?
My son?
Yeah.
No.
He didn't tell you?
No.
You have to forgive your mother by facing her and apologize for being angry at her. She could not help herself. Her mother did it to her. And when you apologize for being angry at her, God will forgive you, and He will take the spirit of fear and anger away from you. But it's not going to work any other way. You got to face your mother. Because if you keep taking care of her and going over there being nice, all it's going to do is encourage your anger even more so, because you're dealing with someone you hate. You're around someone you hate. You want to be able to dump her, be done with her. But you can't do it until you apologize for resenting her. She couldn't help herself.
I understand. Thank you.
You got to face her. And you're not going to get the courage until you do it. Courage comes after you do it, not before you do it. You're going to be shaking in your boots. And however she react, let's say she get mad, that's fine. She blame your daddy, or she blame you, or she blame somebody else, right? Look at her like you're looking at a crazy movie. But you still, hey, I'm sorry for resenting you. Don't react, don't overreact to her reaction to you. And forgive her and go your way and be done with her. What do you think about that?
I agree with you.
Yeah, give her the finger. Do you know how to give her the finger?
Just by not allowing her actions hurt me anymore.
Absolutely. Forgive her and move on. Absolutely. 100%. And be done with her. Don't be calling her after that. Put her in the old folk home. Forget about her. You know what I mean? You're not her responsibility. She's not your responsibility. That makes sense?
Yes.
God said that we should honor our parents,
Yes.
but all he's saying is don't resent them.
Mm.
They could not help themselves.
Yeah.
And that's what it means to honor. It doesn't mean you stuck with her. She got to be living with you, or you living with her. You got to push her around in a wheelchair. None of that stuff.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Let me know how it goes.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Amazing, huh?
Bless you.
Thank you. So real fast, how did it feel when have you ever been anyone here ever been betrayed? Someone done that to you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice. How did it feel when it happened to you?
It felt terrible.
Like what?
Well, it felt, I think I lost sense of everything.
I'm sorry?
I mean, it wasn't just that it felt bad. I kind of lost myself for a second.
Meaning what?
Meaning that I became really weak as a human being. And I allowed myself to go down dark paths.
Because you were betrayed.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
thank God
I know what you mean.
I've pulled it out. I figured out I was just being really weak.
So once you were betrayed, you lost yourself.
For a little bit, yeah.
And you went down a dark path.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Amazing, huh? Did you know that betrayal was so painful before it happened to you?
I don't think so, because if I had known, I mean,
Yeah.
it's some things you have to go through. You can't describe them.
Right.
I mean, you can, but it's not the same.
Okay. Amazing, huh?
Yeah.
The young lady behind you, did I see your hair? Have you ever been betrayed?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
And how did you feel about it when it happened to you?
Hurt, lost, and then
Speak up a little bit. Yell at me the way you yell at your man.
I felt very hurt and very lost. So I thought at some point that maybe there's something I didn't see in time, which caused me to think I needed to understand myself.
That's what you were thinking?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And I think after that, that's when I began to pick up lots of identities of I'm this, if you come at me this way, I will respond this way.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's so deep.
Yeah.
Amazing, huh? What a mess.
What a mess.
What a mess. Right here. You betrayed your daddy. Have you ever been betrayed?
Yes.
And how did it feel when it happened to you?
It felt horrible, but then in a way, I made a show of it. I started telling like my friends and creating this whole like thing out of it.
You started telling them you had been betrayed?
Mm-hmm.
And you built what kind of thing out of it?
I don't know. It felt like good for them to feel bad for me that this happened to me.
I understand. That is right on. She felt good for them to feel bad for her. So she went around telling everybody, oh, I've been betrayed. I can't believe they did that to me. Well, I mean, your friend like, yeah, I can't believe that.
Yeah, it was like a whole show.
Yeah. What a mess, huh?
Yeah, but now I don't take it personally. Like if something happens to me or someone betrays me, whatever,
Right.
I just let it go. It's not a big deal anymore.
Okay. Doug, did I see your hand? You've been betrayed before?
I've been betrayed and I've betrayed.
And how did it feel when it happened to you?
Felt like I was betrayed.
What was, what was the feeling?
It feels bad and I hated it.
Why?
How dare they? Yeah, like, really, how dare they?
And how did you feel when you did it to others?
I felt guilty.
You felt guilty?
Guilty, yeah.
And then you go, I dare me do that to others.
I know.
You did not? Why
I didn't
not?
think of me in that sense at that point. I mean, I did because I wanted what I wanted and I took what I wanted, right?
Amazing, huh?
But I didn't think, oh, poor me at that point.
Nice. In the black jacket, yeah. Have anyone ever betrayed you?
I was thinking about it, but I can't recall. Like, nothing stands out for me.
Okay.
I don't feel like I've ever been betrayed.
Amazing, huh?
But I just can't think of anything.
You're the only person on earth.
Apparently, yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
How did it feel? Have you been betrayed?
Yes.
I know you said you did it to your boyfriend or other, right? How did you feel when it happened to you?
More than being angry, I was disappointed that I lost the friendship. I was like, man, I thought I had a good friend in you. That's too bad.
Yeah.
Disappointed.
Amazing, huh? Okay. You want to yell at, did you call the show this week?
Yeah, to yell at you.
And you want to yell at me today about something? Yeah.
Well, it's more for clarity about when she's crying, she's lying. Because
Right.
I said I've cried
when
so
she's
much.
crying, she's lying. I was driving down the road yesterday, and this black guy had a barbecue stand. I had to stop at the market. And he saw me walk out of my car. He was like, hey, are you that nigga on the radio? Nigga, I'm the nigga rah-rah, buddy. Not the nigga, but the nigga rah-rah. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, are you black? I was like, yeah. Where are you from? I said, Alabama. He knows, where did you originate from? I said, Alabama. He's like, but you don't look black. You look like Indian or something like that. And then he said, I love your show. Nice. You helped me so much. And then he gave me some free barbecue.
Right on.
With mac and cheese and something else. Isn't that amazing? But I don't know why I tell you that. But that's right. But and so what do you want to yell at me about? When she's crying, she's lying.
Yeah. I don't know if that would have helped me back when I was lost. Like, I just felt lost more
Right.
than like I was lying. Because I'll be sitting at home alone crying. So who am I lying to, myself?
Yes.
Okay, and I can accept that. But I don't know. It doesn't feel, I mean, the way we think of lying, it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm actively lying right now. You want to stop crying. You don't want to be miserable. So what's the lie?
But why do you think you want to stop crying? Because if you wanted to stop, you would stop.
But I wanted to stop and I couldn't.
Because you love crying.
Nah.
No,
it makes me ugly. Like,
No, you love the misery of crying. It feels good to cry. Even though it feels bad, it feels good, but you love the feeling bad because it's a thrill. It's a thrill to cry. And Lord forbid someone come and sit next to you while you cry and pat you on the back. Oh, Lord.
no, I didn't have that.
Right.
Well, now I've grown from that. That's not really my life anymore. But I'm just saying at the time, to hear when she's crying, she's lying, I don't know that it would have helped me. And that's why I said, like, for you to make it like, I know that you don't say things that you don't know.
Right.
If you're unsure, you're not
I
going to
just
go around
say, I
telling
don't know.
people.
Right.
But I'm just like, I wish I understood that better, how that's going to help people. Because I don't know.
I'm not trying to help her when I say when she lies, she's crying.
Yeah?
I'm laughing.
Okay. Okay.
But then some people get help.
Yeah.
Because they realize, you know what, I am lying. So it works both ways.
Okay.
Isn't that amazing? So now do you know you're lying when you're crying?
Yeah, I mean, I had to like think about it deeply. And it is the lying to yourself and also lying to God, really.
So you stop crying?
Yeah, I have.
You don't cry anymore?
Maybe once a month.
Once a month?
Yeah.
Amazing. And why once a month? Why don't you just cut it out?
The body just does it. I don't know how to stop.
I'm going to tell you how in a minute.
Beautiful.
I'm going to tell you how. Amazing. So let me move a little faster because of time. In the brow, have you ever been betrayed?
Yes.
And how did it feel when it happened to you?
It feels like your world's collapsing because you have these expectations from people, and that's
Yeah.
where it comes from. So when someone betrays you, they are breaking that expectation, that thought you had of that person, and the whole illusion is destroyed.
Yeah.
Your world just collapses.
Amazing.
Yeah.
This is your first year. You were here Thursday night, but you never been to a Sunday meeting, right?
Right.
Amazing. Welcome, man.
Thank you.
Where
I
you
came
from?
From Missouri.
Missouri.
I listen to you guys on YouTube, and I appreciate all of you.
Right on.
Like,
Nice.
I've learned so much just mowing my yard and listening to y'all talk about your problems. I
Right.
appreciate it.
Nice. Amazing. Right here, in the black. Have you ever been betrayed?
Yes.
And how did you feel when it happened to you?
I felt very confused, angry, and sad. I couldn't understand why it was happening.
Really?
Yeah.
You couldn't understand why someone would be betraying you.
Yeah, I was probably like 13 or 14, and it was just a group of friends that we were really close with, and they all just turned on me
Oh, okay.
at once. So I couldn't understand it.
Nice. Amazing, huh?
Mhm.
Okay. The young man behind you. You betrayed your brother, right? Have you ever been betrayed?
Personally, no, I can't think of instances that I have
Okay.
been betrayed, but I've been the betrayer, yes.
I'm sorry?
I can't think of a time that I've been betrayed myself, but I have betrayed before.
Okay, yes. Right here. Have you ever been betrayed? Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
And how did you feel when it happened to you?
I just did not see it coming. I couldn't believe he did that. So
So you couldn't believe it.
yeah, because I didn't see it coming.
Did it affect you in any way?
Oh yeah.
In what way?
I was just really hurt. Like I never thought he'd do that. So
Right. Amazing, huh?
yeah.
Nice.
I thought of a time I betrayed too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
I thought you would.
Yeah, I did. I did think of one. I did.
And let me have it.
I like said things that I shouldn't have. I kind of just, someone I was friends with, I said some stuff that wasn't too nice about them. They were annoying me, so I probably let it like get to me more than.
And how did you feel about that?
I felt bad because I didn't really mean it. I was just like annoyed.
Oh, okay.
You know. And then they found out I said that, and I was like, did I say that? And I was like, oh.
What a mess.
I was like, that's pretty harsh. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's like,
That's mind blowing. When this is welcome to the meeting. It's your first time at
yeah,
a
thanks
meeting,
for
right?
having me. Yeah, yeah.
This is Pearl.
Yeah.
Y'all know Pearly? Pearly. If you haven't,
Yeah, I'm just cracking up. You're hilarious.
she was on the show with Joel Friday and the Anchor Baby and Hake on Punching TV. When did this air, Joel? Where's Joel? Oh. Monday? Is it airing Monday? Okay. How was that?
Oh, I had so much fun.
Oh,
It
you
was a
did?
blast. Yeah, it was great.
Amazing. Well, I'm glad you're here. The young lady behind you had your hand. Have you been betrayed?
Yes.
I saw your hand, and how did you feel about it?
At the time, I think I was 16 or 17, and I felt like it was like a rude awakening, like a life lesson, because I felt like if my best friend can, to my memory of it now, if my best friend can do that to me, then everybody else could. And I felt like it really adjusted my thinking on life and my view on life, and putting up a lot of walls, because I was like, if she can do it, then anybody can do it.
Right.
So it gave me a lot of trust issues and made me go a little bit more internal
Oh, okay.
in how I dealt with people. Mm-hmm.
Amazing, huh? Okay. Did I see your hand? Right next to you. Yeah. Have you ever been betrayed?
Yes.
And how did it feel when it happened to you?
It felt It felt horrible. Yeah. it felt
In what
horrible.
way? Explain.
Well, I had money stolen from me by a family member.
You had what?
I had money stolen from me by a family member.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't you.
Hold on, guys. Hold on, because of time. Go ahead.
So it was like unfortunate, but it allowed me to not hold on to money at a really young age.
Right on.
Yeah, I saw a benefit from that.
Nice. How about you, Raymond? Have you ever been betrayed?
Yes, I have.
And how did you feel when it happened to you?
Stupid.
In what way?
Like I should have known better.
Oh, okay. Okay, right here. One thing I noticed about betrayal, there are always signs, but we ignore those signs. We always ignore them. Yes. It
Yes.
happened to you?
Yeah.
And how did you feel when it happened to you?
Ashamed.
What?
Ashamed.
That it happened to you?
Yeah, because
Wh- wh-
everybody pretty much knew about it before I did.
Really?
Yeah, family and friends and whatnot. So
That's mind blowing.
Yeah.
So you felt ashamed when it happened to you?
I felt, yeah.
And why?
Because it was happening right underneath my nose, and I mean, my daughter even knew. It's like everybody knew but me. So, yeah, it took me a long time to like let that go, and I did become very. I was angry. I was angry, but I was ashamed at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And were you surprised your daughter knew and didn't tell you?
Yeah.
How'd
She
you-
didn't tell me because she got, she was a child, and she was, started being told about keeping secrets, and that's what happened. She was told to keep it to herself, and so she did as she was told, and I didn't know that till several years later, but that's what happened. It
Oh,
was-
okay. Amazing. Did you forgive your betrayers?
Yeah, I do forgive them.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. So what I want to do now, the young man there over there, and then the anchor baby, Hake over here. Have you ever betrayed anyone and been betrayed?
I don't recall if I ever betrayed anybody, honestly. Like, maybe I did on accident or something. I don't normally do that type of thing on purpose to people.
And has it ever happened to you?
Yeah, definitely. You definitely remember that,
And how did you feel when it happened to you?
Like, you just feel like the person, like, you're surprised that the person just didn't give that much of a damn about you, Like,
Well, you are in church, so you don't curse.
yeah, I figured that word was a little calm.
Yeah, you're right, because everybody is in hell. So that's fine.
I'll try to keep it better. So.
But you feel bad when it happened to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did it change your life in any way?
Yeah, it did.
In what way?
I guess one way was financially. So it put financial stress on me because I lost like a lot of money because of it.
Okay.
And so I know everything ain't about money, but at the same time, it's like quality of life, So then also like kind of reluctant to trust other people, moving forward. So
Amazing.
Yeah.
Did you? How are you dealing with your pain? Are you dealing with that better now?
I think I'm getting better. It's real slow though. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Oh,
but
that's my case. Stop thinking about it. Healing is possible. And don't call it you. It's in your body, but it's not in you. That makes sense?
You mean like the problems wasn't me? Like that's what you mean when you say that?
The pain wasn't you, and the problem wasn't you either.
Right.
But the pain definitely not you.
Right.
It's in your body, but it's not you, so don't focus on it. Do what you need to do to work on yourself, but don't be like, oh, poor me.
No, I don't do that.
Right on.
No.
Nice.
I mean, like I did, like since we're talking about betrayal, like I felt betrayed by my own body because I thought I was taking care of myself, physically, health-wise, and all that, and my body still decided to say, "F you," since we're in church, bro.
So your body made that decision?
It must have. I don't know if it's capable of that. I just know that
How your
That's how I
body gonna
felt.
make a
I just felt
decision?
betrayed. I don't know if, you know.
Your body is just an empty room. It doesn't make decisions.
Right. But that's how you feel though, because like
Right, I understand. You got to
yeah.
blame somebody.
You had to blame somebody.
Mama blame the body.
Cause that's the thing, like cause I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like I didn't do this, like why, you know, and or at least I thought maybe it was something I was doing that wasn't realizing it. I don't know.
If you don't dwell on it and blame yourself and blame
Right.
the body, you will see where you went wrong. What did I miss that I didn't see? It was just you were blind. That's why it happened.
Well, yeah, like you can't. You're right. You can't just in order to move forward, you can't sit there and keep thinking, well, why did this happen? And
That's right.
you know, what would have happened had it not happened? You know, where would my life be now, et cetera? You know, I got to kind of just move.
Absolutely.
Be in the
man.
present, like you say. That's what I really got to do, right? Like,
Stay there. You'll be
stay-
fine.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, Hake, have you been betrayed before or been betrayed?
Yes.
And how did you feel with, yes, what?
And yes.
Oh, to both. Why did you betray someone else? What was that like for you?
Well, I was thinking about the wrong thing. Like sometimes when I've betrayed people, it's been thoughtlessness. But I was thinking of something, but I was thinking about the wrong thing, like
Right.
selfishness, but kind of had lulled myself into being comfortable being selfish and didn't realize what I was doing. Sometimes I've felt betrayed, but I was the one betraying them. Or I've seen people feel betrayed by me, but I felt that they were the ones who were betraying me, not the other way around.
And what was it like being betrayed? When you were betrayed, how did you feel about that?
It made me betray them back, like in my thoughts. I was so mad.
You were mad?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Terrible.
How about you, Derek? You ever been betrayed?
Yes.
And how did you feel when that happened? This is my producer, Lord have mercy.
Love.
He black. How did you feel being betrayed? Being betrayed?
Man, it felt like I was burning inside, really. And I really realized how much I put onto another person, like how much trust and commitment and all that stuff, you know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And when you were betrayed someone else, how did you feel?
How did I feel when I betrayed someone else?
Yeah.
I felt shady, felt like a snake, felt like the devil in a way. It got dark.
Yeah.
But at the time, I got a thrill from it because society, music, my friends, they all told me it was a good thing. So it's like I kind of wore it like a belt, like
Wow.
a title. So, yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing.
What a mess. So let me do this. Anchor baby, you betrayed anyone?
Yep.
You betrayed America when your mama dropped you on this side.
Hey, my family abused the immigration laws fair and square.
That's right. What was it like being betrayed?
Felt like it shouldn't have happened to me. Impossible. Anger. Like me? Why, how could that person have done that to me?
Okay. And when you did it to others, how did you feel?
Honestly, I was trying to think about it, and I betrayed like accidentally, mindlessly, kind of how Hake put it. But anything other than that, because I just wanted to.
You wanted to?
I just straight up did not care.
Wow. Amazing, huh?
I really examined it.
Human beings are a mess. So, Francisco, you been betrayed? Or are you done it to anyone?
Yes.
How did you feel when you did it to others?
It stings to this day.
Oh, you still feel it?
I still feel it. The devil, he tempts me with it. And so I go apologize. It's, man, I forgot about that. Forget about that. Oh,
Yeah.
man, it still hurts.
Why can't you forget it?
The devil reminds me when I'm, taking me down.
He won't let you forget that.
He always reminds me.
Have anyone ever betrayed you?
Yes.
How did you feel when it happened to you?
pain, hurt, like I was disrespected.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
man.
brought on the anger for me to want to get revenge and do it back.
Yeah.
Because when you're in your anger and you feel hurt, for me, the first thing I thought of is I want this person to feel what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And then when you're in the process of doing it, it makes you feel like you're powerful, like you're won over on them.
Yeah. Amazing, huh? Pearl, did you know that? Oh, Jane, what was it like being on the show with Pearl? It was cool? He said it was cool. You want to mosey on over there with the mic? It was cool?
Yeah, it was cool.
And what was cool about it?
She's normal. She's just very normal.
You're the only person in the world think that.
And matter of fact, yeah.
So I didn't get a chance to really see the taping of it. I was counseling or something. And I saw Hate, when Joel was editing, I saw Hate sitting next to Pearl. I was like, you sat next to Pearl, were you scared? Were you nervous sitting next to her?
No, I'm pretty tough.
By a woman.
You're not a beta. You're alpha.
Why would a guy be intimidated by a woman?
That's right. That's right. Pearl, when she's lying, she's crying. Is that true or
Oh,
not?
that's so true.
And why is it true?
Because it's just like women are motivated by attention. They just like the attention from crying. So. Well, you.
Hold on 1 minute. The question is what?
Sorry to interrupt.
The question?
I said, what if you're alone?
Meaning that if you're alone and crying, are you still lying?
Well, for
Is
what
that the
she,
question?
Like
for
women,
it to be
we
about
just
attention.
we just have a tendency to like always view ourselves as victims. So usually you're just lying to yourself and like somehow painting yourself in a victim situation. That's what I think.
Right on. What do you think about that when she's crying, she's lying? In the black and white shirt. When she's crying, she's lying.
I would never disaffirm my woman's feelings by saying something so ridiculous.
So when your wife is crying, you wouldn't say she's lying?
No, I'm just playing. You know that's a lie.
Oh.
Come on. Yeah,
I'm about
every
to say,
time.
we're a beta.
Every time.
You're supposed to be so enlightened.
Every time a tear is about to come out, I know it's a lie. It's all in the mind.
Right on. And you want to disagree with it? This is the wife. I saw your hand, right?
Yeah.
And you say?
I mean, now I know it's true, but like the amount of disagreements that this statement of yours has caused us.
Meaning
Up
what?
until the last, 6 months, I've had to deal with the fact of that statement. I had to really look at it because you've only been saying it for how long we've been here? Three years?
Yeah, it's short.
It's been not that long. So
Right.
when I first heard about it, I was really angry about it. Because as you know, like back 3 years ago when I came here, I cried literally every day.
Right.
Whereas
I
now
knew
I
you were
cry.
lying then.
I know, but I didn't know it.
You didn't know it?
I didn't know it at the
Right.
time, right? But like now I cry maybe once in a blue moon. Like that's gone from me. But like back 3 years ago, so when that first came out 6 months ago, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like hearing that statement like really bothered me.
Right
So we
on.
had to deal with it because every time we'd have a discussion and I'd get upset, he'd spit out that statement and it used to piss me off. So I was forced to deal with it.
Right.
And now I've overcome it.
You what?
I've overcome it.
And so what do you think about it now?
I think it's absolutely true.
And why?
Because, like Paul said, like we cried for attention,
Yeah.
for manipulation.
Yeah.
And we're very good at it.
Yes.
Like even my youngest, who's just turned 10, even before when she's 6, 7, and 8, like we learn from a very young age
Yeah.
to use our emotion and other things to get what we want.
Amazing.
So
Nice. I have one other thing I want to share with you guys, but I got to save it to next week now. Here's what I want you to do if you want to be free. If you really want to start living your life, it's time to start living now. And it's time to live a life where you're not afraid to live. Just be you, right? And here's, if you can conquer this, you're going to be able to conquer the world. You're on your way to that. You're really on the way. I want you to invite, welcome, hope for, let it happen. Let people betray you. Welcome it. Feel the pain of it. If someone about to tell you, oh, John Joe betrayed you. Oh, good, let me hear about it. Hear it. Do not run from it. Do not get mad about it. And I promise you, when you deal with it with that kind of attitude, it will disappear. The word betrayal won't even exist for you. It's just a word, and the only thing that's being hurt is your ego, not you. That's why you felt dark when you say you went into darkness, right? Your ego went into darkness because you're attacking the ego, and it felt like it was you. And at the time, you were not working on yourself, so you thought it was happening to you. And it wasn't. It was happening to the false you. It was not happening to you. And so this is a perfect opportunity to stop protecting your ego. Let whatever happens to the ego, let it happen. Welcome it. And if you feel something about it, pain, shame, anger, or whatever, don't call that you either. That's that nature that God said we must die from. In order to live, you must die. And that ego nature must die. So when things like this happen and you feel something, welcome that feeling. If you feel anger, or you feel fear, or you feel doubt, or you feel disbelief, or you're thinking that, let that happen. Do nothing about it. Live with it, sleep with it, walk with it, stay with it. I promise you, it'll die. And somebody used that Latin word nigarara, right? If the people didn't have an ego, that word wouldn't move them. The enemy could not use that against them. I tell white people all the time, it's just a word. And they're using that word because they want to get money and power, so they want other people to believe that word so that they can overreact. But by the fact you're afraid of that word, you're giving power to the government and everybody else to raise taxes for more programs where they get the money and they get the power. It's just a word. It's not you, and you have never been betrayed in your whole life. Excuse me. And you have never betrayed anyone. It was the false self. It was the thoughts. It was evil. It was demons called betrayal. It was never you. So let it happen. Let yourself feel disappointed. Let yourself feel ashamed when others are thinking negatively of you. Let yourself feel whatever your boyfriend is doing. Instead of crying about it, it's not happening to, even when she's crying, she's lying. The reason she's lying because there is no you to cry. It's all ego. The real you is not crying. As Pearl was saying, and we've said it before, it's about attention. It's about trying to control someone. It's trying to get what you want, what your ego wants. It's not even, the real you have never cried one tear. The real you have never felt betrayed at all. The real you have never had fear, jealousy, envy, or strife, period. It's not you. You are identified, and I see it a lot. Even in my own office, I see if some of the guys get mad at one another, quick. I'm like, you're working for Bond. Why are you getting mad? It's just a question about a job. And if you feel something, don't overreact. That's just, you want to feel that so you can see this false self, so you can stay with it, live with it, don't run away from it, don't call it you, and it'll die. I promise you it'll die. It's going to blow your mind. And the more you let it die, the more you're going to want to die. Because now you got a little understanding about it. It feels good. You feel free. It's like, and then I get to your hand. It's like feeling fear. And you feel so much fear. You feel afraid. You just feel scared. And if you didn't do anything about it, and just let yourself feel afraid or because the devil tell you what the outcome is going to be. Well, this is going to happen. If this is going to be, now you feel afraid, right? But let the fear be so heavy on you, you can't move. Let it happen. Have a wait and see. It's never going to go in the way that the devil is telling you, and that fear will start to disappear. A little of the fear is gone, and you'll be like, wow. Be afraid in the fear, but do nothing about the fear. So the fear can die. To die, it's a false nature. It's that nature that Christ said, I'm going to get rid of that old nature for you. I'm going to change your heart. I'm going to get rid of that nature. You need to die in order to live. He's talking about your false nature. The real you, there's no fear. There's no crying. There's no worry. There's no jealousy or envy or strife. When you start to die from this ego life, false self, you're going to start living. You're not living right now. You are not living. You're dying. Eyes are open, but you're dying. You're not living. You were created to live freely on this earth. This earth belongs to you and all that's in it. It belongs to you, but you won't freely live because you're living in your thoughts. All thoughts are all lies all the time. And thoughts, in a minute, I got to tell you that. Yes, ma'am.
So I have a question about the living, and then like, you know how you started off with, you're either serving the good or you're serving the evil.
Yeah,
but
you
then
can't serve two.
You can't serve two, but then
Right.
also in living. So I think like, can you live and also be aware of who you're serving, or do those things kind of live separate? Do you just
When
live
you
your life?
are aware of the false self, you are living. Because it's the light of God that is allowing you to see that, and that's life. To be able to see the false self is life.
But then what about like when you are, sorry, what about when you're like judging your, or not judging, but like, I guess what I'm trying to get to is sometimes in living life, I'm not doing a good job of it, but like figuring out what is right and wrong. Like we can't figure out what's right and wrong, right?
Right.
So like one of the ideas that I have recently was like, you know what, I don't make decisions anymore, whether they're right or wrong. I'm just making a decision and living with the consequences of it. Is that living?
No.
Or should I be mindful of what is right and wrong?
Don't stop making decisions. The only decision you need to make is what you're going to have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop making decisions about you. Stop thinking about you. Forget about you. Don't think about you anymore. Let you fade away. And then stop making decisions. And when you can see those thoughts, you will know right from wrong. Because the light of God is allowing you to see the lie. The lie, which are the thoughts and emotions. And if you notice, when you have thoughts, you have emotions. Have you ever noticed that? You can't have emotions unless you have thoughts. Have anybody noticed that? And what's happening is emotions are confirming the thoughts. They'll tell you that the thoughts are real. Look how you feel. The thoughts are real. You're afraid. The thoughts are real. You're crying. The thoughts are real. You don't have any friends. The thoughts are real. You don't have this or that, right? Emotion confirms thoughts. That's why emotions are not necessary. If you didn't go with the thoughts, you would never have the emotions. It would be impossible. And so if you start catching the thoughts, then the thought would just become a thought and it would just pass by. It would just pass. But you're not catching it, so they fall into emotions, and that's when you think that is real. Because you say, well, I feel this way.
No,
I feel it in my body.
I definitely fully subscribe to all thoughts are lies.
Yeah.
I genuinely subscribe to that. I see that. That's why I kind of feel like now, and what I mean by choice, sometimes you have to like pick a choice. Like, do you want to go in this door? Or do you go in that door?
That's the only choice. Those are practical choices.
And when I do practical choices,
Right.
I let it go. Like, I don't worry
Right.
about like, am I making the right choice? Am I going down the right path?
That's
I just
right.
sort of just go through the door, and then I just live with the consequences of
Absolutely.
what happens.
But anything about you, don't think about it.
Yeah, I don't.
There's
I
no
have no
you
thought
to
of
think
myself,
about. Right? That makes sense?
Yes, that does
Absolutely.
make sense.
So no thinking about good or evil. You don't need to think about that. Because we can't figure out what good or evil. Look how screwed up the world is. We've been taught good and evil. We've been taught what's right and what's wrong. And everybody's screwed up. Everybody's screwed up trying to do right. And the more you try to do right, the worse you get. Because you can't do right. You can't even do wrong. It's something else that's driving you that makes you do that. That make sense?
Yes, it does.
So all you need to do is see. If you want to stop sinning, start seeing. The greatest sin, other than forgetfulness, which is the same, is to stop seeing. You want to be able to be present. God said, pray without ceasing. He means always be present rather than lost in your head. You can't go wrong. And don't fight with the thoughts or emotion. Just see them and do nothing about it. Because it's a spiritual battle, there's nothing to do, but the devil will tell you to fight with it. Don't fight with them. See them. Don't fight them. See them. Don't fight them, and don't call them you. That makes sense?
Yes, it does.
How do your song go?
Ego, you gotta let it go.
How did it go, that song you made for us?
Yeah, ego, you gotta let it go. It says, ego is the evil that drives all the needs, that does all the deeds, that makes
That's
you
her
wanna
rapping on the show.
Yeah.
Pay attention tomorrow. We'll play it tomorrow.
You play it? Oh, that'd
Right
be nice.
on.
Thank you.
Does that make sense now that when you cry, you lie?
That makes a lot more sense, that emotion follows the thought.
Yes.
You've believed the thought, therefore you have the emotion. It's y'all saying it's just for attention that I'm going, what if you're all smiles at the grocery store, but you get home in the shower, you're crying? It's not about attention. It's because you believed a thought.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's because, and you didn't catch that thought, so it fell into emotion. It fell into emotion.
Oh, what?
So what
Am
happened?
I wrong?
He just said it's still some attention there, and I said I was
Well,
thinking
she's
the
making
same.
a good point though. When
I
you
wanna know. I wanna
no, when
understand.
she's home crying by herself, she really think that whomever is doing it, they do think that it's real. They think that it's them. They think it's justified. But at that time, you're not trying to get someone's attention from it.
Yeah, so
But
how
it's
is it still?
Yeah, it's still a lie. Yeah.
Well, the way I would see it is, I still think that when women cry when they're alone, it's just they just want the victim narrative, and
Yeah, it's still the same spirit, the same thing.
Yeah.
Because it's fulfilling the ego. Poor me. I'm in the shower crying alone, but poor me. I can't believe this happened to me. He's still.
and like even in this like situation, it's like, you know, you're bringing it here and then you're getting like attention talking about it. You know, like usually when women are even crying alone, like they go off and tell everyone they're crying.
Well, she's
anyway.
supposed to bring it here. That's why we fellowship.
Yeah.
Well, I want to understand.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
So
just-
that's fine.
That's just the way I see it. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is it clear now?
Yeah.
Okay. Just know it's all lies, even in the shower.
Right.
So don't be talking about, oh, poor me in the shower. I'm all by myself. My man cheated. Poor me. Never say that again.
Right.
And just watch it. And don't call it you. All right? So let me take this hand, this young lady, and then yes.
So, back to what you said, is it wrong to act on emotions?
Yes.
When you have them and then you act?
Never act on them.
Then it's like you're riding two horses.
I'm sorry?
Then it's like you're riding two horses at the same time. right?
Yes.
Okay.
You're trying to be with God and evil, but you're with evil, you're not serving God.
What should you do?
When you don't react, you're one with the Father.
What should you do when you do that? When you act on the emotion? You
Stop
just
it.
do you observe?
Catch yourself and stop.
Stop. Yeah.
Stop.
I know it's possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done that.
So when let's say you're about to go off on someone, and you already said two bad words to them, and you realize, you know what, I'm going off. This is wrong, and just stop.
I've seen, the times that I've done that, it's like I can see myself, I see it, and then it's like,
Yes.
I don't need to do that, yeah.
And that'll become even clearer.
Yeah, okay.
We were not created to argue with one another, to be mad at each other, to go off on each other. We were created to love one another. Love one another, not hate one another. And as you're understanding your own hell, it's helping you it's causing you to understand other people's hell. And when you understand their hell, you have the right compassion for them. You will not hate them. You won't judge them. Because you have the real compassion now that comes from seeing. You can see. That fake compassion that comes from emotion, not compassion. All right? Amazing, huh? Yes, ma'am, and then here.
So
In listening to the conversation about women crying, it seems like it's a negative connotation. So what about where Jesus Christ himself, there's a Bible scripture that says Jesus wept.
Right.
What does that mean then? If
He saw that the people couldn't see, and he felt bad for them that they were lost. But he didn't cry like y'all be crying. He's not like, oh, poor me. Ah, God. It wasn't emotional. It wasn't human cry.
Okay.
It was the right kind of compassion cry. He saw that they couldn't see.
Okay.
But he didn't boo-hoo.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he didn't blame mama or anyone else.
Okay.
That makes sense?
That makes sense.
I'm glad you asked that because the Christians love to use that. When Jesus cried. And
No,
so
it
they
just shows
say-
emotion, you know? and
Right.
it's-
Jesus was not emotional. He was just like his father, dispassionate. The children who are emotional, just like their father, the devil. Satan is an emotional, evil spirit, and everyone who has his spirit is just like that. Those who has God's spirit, and you will get it when you let go of old nature, you will be dispassionate. You won't be into all that. That doesn't mean you won't enjoy your life. You're going to have fun, but you won't use it as an identity. You can take it or leave it. You know what I mean? You can go to a party, and at midnight when it's time to go home, when most people are like wishing that the party would never end, because what am I going to do now? I go home by myself, or I go home to my mean boyfriend or my mean girlfriend, or they wish the party never end. But because you're free, you're no problem with the party. You're glad you're okay with it ending. You go home and you still have perfect peace. But the other person go home and cry because now they're by themselves. Well, a mess, huh? In the shower. Yeah. Oh, yes, sir.
Like, I just want to say that, like, I grew up in a Baptist church in the Midwest. All these churches, I've gone to mosque, I've gone to all these religions trying to figure this God thing out. And all of them give you heaven after you die. This is one of the few places that have helped me see that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It's here now. You know?
Yes.
You just got to overcome
Absolutely.
the ego. And it's great, like, when I think about that, in my old way of thinking, it almost seems disrespectful to the idea that Jesus did all this dying to give you this gift of peace, and you're like, I'll open that when I'm dead, you know? Like, you can have it right now. If you
Absolutely.
You nailed
That's
it.
why every time you get angry at someone or yourself, you put Christ back on the cross.
Yep.
You really do. Every time you get mad at yourself or someone else. That's a good point, man. Amazing.
This place is amazing. Appreciate y'all.
That's why I love these fellowships, and I want to encourage you to stay with these fellowships. That's what you're not going to find this anywhere else. And we need to edify one another. We need to hear, and you're going to see you're not the only one. Everybody have the same problem. Situation might be a little different, but the same problem. And everyone who is born of the woman must be born of the Father. You must be born of the Spirit of God. And that's why God doesn't tell us, worship me in the Bible, worship me in crying, worship me by holding up holy hands, worship me by quoting scripture. He said, worship me in spirit and in truth. And you're coming to that now. As this old ego nature is dying, you're going to be living a life of worshiping the Father in spirit, because you will be of the Spirit. You'll be your true self. But I don't want to tell you who you are yet. I want you to see that for yourself. Right? But you do not know who you are at this point. You will if you stay with this. Stay with the silent prayer. Practice staying present. Where God is at all times. He's never here. He's not in your mind. And I promise you, you will start to live. You will start living freely right here on earth, and the world will be going crazy around you. People will go nuts, but you're going to see hell is right here on earth inside of human beings. And you're overcoming your hell, because you're in hell too until you overcome all this. And the hell that's in you, you put it out there on others. That's what they're trying to do to you. All right? So stay with the silent prayer, drop the anger, and stay present. And enjoy your life. I love my life. I'm having such an amazing time. But I'm also learning and discovering and waking up, and it's amazing. And the more I get, the more I want. It's like the more you get, the more I want. Can't get enough of your love, babe. No, no. God, yes. See that? You want to dance? Very right. Listen, I want you to know in closing, the kingdom of heaven is inside of you, right here, right now. It's not over there. It's not over here. If somebody tell you, look over there, look over there, lying to you. Anger is evil. Anger is hatred, and it separates you from God. It no matter how long you go to church to read about it. Drop the anger, you shall know God. Do the silent prayer, stay present. Everything you want, everything you need, everything you are, you already have it. You have great, great power. Men and women, you have real power, but you don't know it because you identify with the far self. You don't even know who you are, so you're calling evil power, and it's not. Anger is not power. They control you by keeping you angry. Why do you think they can scare white people with the nigger rah-rah word? They use that word one time, and white people head for the hills. But if white people got over the fear of that word, they have to come up with something else. And then, like that guy was doing that woman, like, oh, you. She was like, forget you, forget you, forget you. She gave him the finger. And she wasn't paying any attention. She didn't care. And then he said, oh, that's a hate speech. He's still trying to control her because she didn't react to, that's a bad word. He didn't react, oh, you call a child nigger rah-rah? She didn't react to that either. Then he went, well, that's a hate speech. But just imagine if you didn't think about that either. It didn't matter. Well, let them call it what they want. You will be free. It's time to be free. It's time to be free. And in closing with the last week biblical question, can you make a conscious decision? Can you make a conscious decision? Real quick, yes or no? Cry, baby. Cry. I can hear you in your bathroom now with that song playing. Cry, cry, baby. Remember that song?
Yeah.
You remember that song, Raymond? Yeah. Nice. And playing that song, just boom. I used to play that song right up and down from Peach on Sunday morning. And I broke up with my woman, she left me. And I would put, that would be one of the songs I put on Cry, Cry, Baby. And it would be, and I would be like, this song like, Cry, Cry, Baby. And don't think about she gone, I would just be boom. Isn't that amazing? But anyway, can you make a conscious decision?
No.
And why you say no?
I don't know. I just can't.
Okay. Pearl, can you make a conscious decision?
Yeah,
And why you say yeah?
because I make decisions all the time.
Because you make decisions all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're gonna say no, but I think you're gonna say no, but I would say yes.
Okay. Raymond, can you make a conscious decision?
No.
And why you say no?
Because if I made a conscious decision, I wouldn't make a mess of my life.
Thank you. Here's what I want you to prove to yourself that you can't make a conscious decision, Pearl.
Okay.
Never get angry again or feel bad.
Okay.
Make a decision, never do that. And let me
Okay.
know what happens.
Okay.
All right? Amazing. You cannot make a conscious decision or an unconscious decision. How can you make a decision where there's no you? There's no you. If there's no you, how can you make a decision? Think about that. Somebody else is making decisions for you. The good ones and the bad ones. When you're on the side of evil, evil make all of your decisions. You don't decide to cry. You don't decide to be lonely. You don't decide to have fear. You don't decide to worry. Somebody else is making that decision for you, but you tell yourself, I made that decision. I cried. I feel bad. You identify with evil. Likewise with consciousness, God made those decisions. You don't make. We don't know the right decisions to make. We don't know what we want. We don't know what we need or anything, so how can we make a decision? Everything you think you want, it always turned out wrong. Because you think you're making a decision, somebody else making a decision. I rest my case. What do you say to that?
I still think that it's a choice.
Okay.
Yeah, like, you know, if you cry and you like feel, like, I still think that's a choice. So.
To cry?
Yeah, or like get angry or.
It's not your choice. Somebody else, that spirit of evil tell you something negative, whatever. Oh, my baby left me. And then because you don't catch the thought, it falls into emotions, and now you cry.
But didn't you choose to not catch the thought?
No, you didn't see it coming. That's why you need the light of God.
But aren't there people that like don't? I mean, that's just how I'd see it.
Well, I'll just say, keep working on it.
Okay.
I'm out of time. What the? So listen, do what you want. This is not for everybody. Most people love their misery. They love their hell. They love their darkness. So stay in yours. It's for those who want to overcome. All right? Go and forgive the steps. Number one, see that you're angry and that you're evil. Don't deny it. It's not you. It's something else that's made a home in you when you resented your mother for turning you away from your father or whatever. Forgive your mother and your father for not protecting you from mama. Do the silent prayer and practice being present, and everything else will happen for you. There's nothing else you need to do but be aware. All right? So we'll do it. We will deal with the super chats on Monday, tomorrow, and anything else, hey, Annette? That's it. So we'll do the super chat. Thank you for your support. Work on yourself. I promise you, you won't regret it if you stay with it. And stop calling the lie you. You're either on the side of the lie or you're on the side of the truth. You cannot serve both. You can't go back and forward either. You can only serve one. So make up your mind. Thank you all so much. Bye. Thank you all. Amazing.